Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cricket Wicket, and today we not only will be reviewing the India-Namibia game which India won by 9 wickets, but we will also be seeing what went wrong for India that eliminated them from the semi-finals. Yes, India were eliminated because Afghanistan failed to beat New Zealand and New Zealand got to 8 points, and India, even after winning this match, got only to 6 points. But India still had a lot to play for in this match. For the fans, for themselves, for Ravi Shastri, who was going to step down as India's head coach after this match, and also for Virat Kohli. Kohli played his 50th and last match as captain for India in T20 internationals, and he once again managed to win a toss, which was yet another chamatkar, which Baba Bala must be doing. Thank you, Baba Bala. Virat Kohli won the toss and chose to bowl first. They made just one change, getting Rahul Chahar for Chakrabarti, because Rahul Chahar was the only man in India's 15 that didn't get to play a match up until now. There was no swing on the pitch and India didn't start well. Bumrah was not on target, bowling too many full tosses in his first over itself, trying to attempt the Yorker. But then Bumrah then came in the next over with a change of approach, bowling a series of short balls and bouncers, and got rewarded with a wicket. However, it was India's spinner's day. If there is Kul-Cha, then there is Jad-Ash. Yeah, it was once again Jadeja's night. 3 for 15 in his last match against Scotland and 3 for 18 in this match. The batsmen just couldn't figure him out. They misjudged his balls. They mistimed his balls. And they couldn't put his balls in the gaps. Ashwin also got 3 wickets and his use of variations was brilliant. When he saw the batsman step down the pitch, he bowled the short ball and he varied his pace as well. He also bowled a few carrom balls and he generally pitched the ball in the good length area. However, Namibia still got to 132 courtesy David V's 26, Ruben Trumpelmann's quick fire 13 of 6, and due to India's 17 extras including 8 wides and 1 no ball. But India still managed to bowl 58 dot balls, which showed that for the majority of the time they dominated this game. Now I want to talk about Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Shami has been inconsistent for India in T20 internationals. Sometimes he will get 2-3 wickets for you for less than 30 runs, and other days he will go for 40 runs without taking a wicket. That is why he has only played 17 T20 international matches since 2014. So it's important to groom some young pacers like Mohammad Siraj, Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur, Harshal Patel, Avesh Khan, or even Ryan Kullar. For the next T20 World Cup. Moving to the chase now, I personally thought India would try and chase down the total in 10 overs because they wanted to show their fearless batting, but at least they chased down the total. And it was India's batsman's day, especially Rohit Sharma's. Either he connects the ball with the bat for a boundary or he mistimes his shot, but it lands in no man's land. India's openers once again put a great partnership of 86 runs. They once again showed a lot of intent and didn't lose a wicket in the power play, which is exactly the opposite of what happened in the game against Pakistan and New Zealand. Rohit was dropped on 0 and boy did he make the opposition pay. He made 56 of 37 balls, hitting 2 massive sixes and hitting 7 fours. But when Rohit got out, it was really surprising to see Suryakumar Yadav coming out instead of Kohli, who was playing his last match as captain. When Kohli was asked in the post-match conference why Sky was promoted, this is what Kohli said. And if this isn't considered a selfless act, I don't know what is. Rahul ended up scoring 54 of 36 not out, while Sky also remained not out, scoring 25 of 19 balls, winning the match for India by 9 wickets with 28 balls to spare. So Virat Kohli would end his captaincy on a high note, and his record as India's T20 captain is phenomenal. Now moving to WWW. What went wrong for India in this T20 World Cup? Ravi Shastri said that he's not trying to make an excuse, but the players needed more rest. India's bowling coach Virat Arun also said that there's no excuse, but the toss played a factor in India losing. He said, here in the UAE, toss gives an unfair advantage and there is a huge change in batting in the first innings and batting in the second innings. That shouldn't be the case in a short format like this, he said. If you look, India dominated the last 3 games, but the opposition were very weak. It's against associate nations like Afghanistan, Scotland and Namibia, which are, no offense to them, but very weak as compared to India. And India lost big against strong teams like Pakistan and New Zealand. But the 2 things I think played big factors in India's elimination was firstly India's batting intent in the power play and secondly their fast bowlers. India were too late to realize that scoring 30-40 runs in the power play is not enough. In the first 2 games, India were too cautious in the power play, and when they lost wickets, they became even more defensive. Secondly, India did have express pacers. We don't have anyone bowling over 140 or 145 consistently except for Bumrah. Pakistan, for example, have Shaheen Shah Afridi and Haris Rauf. Also, India's pacers were very expensive. Shardul Thakur in his 4.3 overs bowled this World Cup went for 48 runs without picking a wicket. Shami was also expensive in 3 out of the 5 matches he played. Bhuvneshwar Kumar was also expensive, so we didn't have economical pacers this World Cup except Bumrah. So now let's talk about India's new head coach. Rahul Dravid will join India's squad within this week itself because New Zealand is touring India starting from next Saturday, and it will be interesting to see how different the approach of Ravi Shastri and Rahul Dravid is. Will Rahul Dravid be more pushy or only interfere when there is a conflict? Virat Kohli has hinted that Rohit Sharma will be India's next captain in T20 internationals during the toss, and it will be interesting to see how Kohli, Rohit and India's squad gels with Rahul Dravid, and it's important that Rohit and Kohli have some clarity of their respective roles if Rohit becomes India's T20 captain. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Tata and adios.